Hi students, this video is to show you how to make your stock trades on Investopedia. So if you will follow the instructions along with me as I do this in the video, that would be really helpful. So this online program that we use, Investopedia's stock market simulator, can be very tricky. So this video is meant to kind of show you how to navigate through it. So forgive me if I make a few mistakes. It's been a while since I looked at it, but I just figured I'd make this for any students that are gone or students that need extra instructions, because it can be kind of tricky. So for starters, by this point, I'm assuming you've already created an account and you've already gotten connected to our class. So I'm just going to proceed with how to log on and then start making trades. So for starters, you can just log on the main investopedia.com page. I believe you need to hit the little person up here and then choose site login, and then you would log in here. So I'm going to do that now. It actually wants my full email. And I'm going to tell it to remember me. You can do the same if you want to. So after we sign in, if it doesn't take you here to this screen, then from the main Investopedia page, and I'm just going to go there. I'm trying to get to the home page. It doesn't want to work. If it didn't take you straight to that page, instead if it took you here to like the main home page, then you just need to hover over Simulator and then choose Stock Simulator. And then once you do that, it should take you to this screen. Otherwise, if you're here, then you're on that screen. You just need to click one of these buttons. So I'm going to start here. So if you're not here, click My Home. And from the home screen, when you start buying stocks, you'll see information about those stocks up here. And I can't remember, I set the time for 1 minute, a 1 minute lag between the purchases that you make on here and then the actual stock market. But if I can remember right, this website does have some glitches. So sometimes the stocks won't immediately update. Sometimes you have to wait until the next day. So maybe you buy all your stocks today, and then you sign back in tomorrow or the next time I have you in class, and then you can see them. So we did have some issues the last time we played, but it's still a really good program to practice this skill. So everyone will start out with $250,000, and I am asking you the rules that I gave you in class tell you that you need to invest $240,000. So if you end up, because of the math on it, if you end up investing like 243 or 247, I mean, it's okay. The idea is that we have 250,000, but we still want to leave some cash on the side for if we want to make some trades later. So it's just a real life scenario. You wouldn't invest every penny that you have, unless this was just money set aside for that purpose, and then by all means, go for it. Also, $250,000, that's what we have in cash. So we're also going to have to pay commissions every time we buy something. So I probably already explained that to you by now, but just in case I didn't, every single time you make a trade, your pretend financial advisor gets a commission of $9.99. So basically $10 for every trade. That's to simulate a real world scenario. So like my husband, for example, he doesn't do his job for free. He has to charge commission, and because he charges commission, that's how the firm makes money, that's how he makes money. That's just a bell for lunch, which doesn't apply to me right now because I already ate. Okay, so from this screen, there's a few pages that are going to be important to you. For starters, go ahead and click on Portfolio. Portfolio is going to show you basically how much your buying power is, how much money you have left, and your account value is how much your money is worth. Okay, so these things won't change immediately because you need to start buying things. And like I said, it may not refresh until the next time you come to class. We have that issue. Even though it's just supposed to be a 1 minute lag, sometimes that doesn't always work. There are tutorials down here, so if you are just completely lost and you still don't understand stocks, you still don't understand what's going on, feel free to check those out. They've got some videos, they have some articles, different things like that. And then of course up here, your cash value, that's the actual amount of money that you have left. And I can't remember which one of these is which, but if you ever have questions, you can just hit the little question mark and it will tell you what it means. Okay, so I guess cash is how much you have left, And then buying power, the total value of your cash and margin, which we are not doing margin, that would be like borrowing money to buy stocks. That can be used. Negative buying power indicates that no further trading can be performed, and that margin call will occur. Okay, so, and then it tells you how they calculate it. So I don't think that that will apply to us because I didn't allow you guys to buy on margin. But anyways, so the things that will be important to us is the cash, how much money we have left. Everybody should at least have 10,000 left. If you don't have any left, that's fine too if you invested it all, but I shouldn't see that everybody has 250,000 left. You need to actually invest your money. And then of course your account value. So you invested 250,000, but how much is it worth? So if this is like, you know, 321, that's really good. If it's 251,000, then you've only gained 1,000. So just to kind of give you an idea of how that should look, this number should be bigger than this. At first it won't be because we're going to pay commissions for our stocks, but we want that number to fluctuate and we want it to increase over time. So that's the portfolio. When I come around to look at your screens, I'm going to maybe ask you for this page. I might ask you for trade history. So let's click on trade history. And then after you start to make trades, all of your trades will be here. So if you bought something, it will be on here. If you sold something, it would be on here. I prefer that we don't sell just so that you can get the full experience. But if you decide, you know what, I think I made a bad decision and you decide you want to sell it, that's fine. I don't encourage it, but it's a learning experience. So this is where I should see all your trade history. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is rankings, because I know that's going to be important to a lot of you. This will be the rankings for our whole class. So we can constantly see who's in first place, and then the stock market game won't end until Friday, May 6th or 5th, I can't remember now what the date was, and then at that point I will give our top player a $5 gift card. So keep in mind that will be for all 4 of my personal finance classes, so both this semester and both next semester. So because I'm starting this class so early, so late in the semester, that's why I am extending the game all the way through May. So if you want to come in and check your stocks every once in a while, you can log on from any computer, and you want to buy stocks that are going to perform well so that in May you can be number 1 and get your $5 Sonic gift card. So that's how you can see the rankings. Let's click on awards. It will give you awards on here. We didn't really pay attention to this last time, but you can find out different ways that you can gain awards. So if that's something that you're interested in, go for it. My students had a lot of fun with it last year. I just didn't do it and I didn't assign it. Okay, so next let's click on games. It should show you all the games. You should see WCHS Baker active. So if you got connected, then you should see an active status. And you should see our game listed. If you wanted to create your own game and play with your friends or your family or whoever, then you could do that up here at the top. You could also join other games that are out there. Whatever you want to do. I had students just really have fun with this one year and they created a bunch of their own games to play against each other. So by all means, do whatever you want. As long as you're connected to mine, I'm fine with it. Okay, so finally I'm going to show you how to make a trade. So let's go to trade. And there are a lot of things built into this system, this website, where you can see what's going on with these stocks and find out information about it. But I always encourage my students to split their screen and to have Yahoo Finance, so we're going to go to Yahoo Finance, opened up on your other screen so that we can see both, because sometimes this Investopedia isn't always 100% accurate, but Yahoo Finance is going to be a little bit more up to date. So I'm just going to pick something simple that we are probably all familiar with, and that's Google. Okay, so anytime you're searching for something, before you put your stock in over here, you have to know what the symbol is. You can use their symbol lookup if you need it, but right here you're not just going to type out Google. You have to actually have the symbol. So I'm going to click on symbol lookup so we can use their generator. And for some reason it's not acting like it wants to work, but that's okay because that's why we have this over here. So we're going to look up Google. And when you look it up, sometimes if you just type the first couple of letters, you'll find it, but this is the one that we're looking for. Okay, so G-O-O-G. Okay, and you don't actually hit search or enter, you just click on the symbol and then it will take you here. Okay, so if we scroll out, we can kind of see all this different information. And by this time, we would have already gone over like what this information means. So I'm assuming that you already know this. If you don't, you might want to take some time, sit down with me, make sure we can talk about what these specific things mean and how it can help us make a good decision. So you can use the chart to make your decision. You can just use what you know about the company to make your decision. Either way, we're going to decide, yes, I want to buy this stock, or no, I don't want to buy this stock. Okay, so I'm assuming we're going to say yes. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to do GOOG. Okay, so we found the one that we wanted. We're going to select it. And then we're going to buy. We're not selling right now, we're buying. And then the quantity is the number of shares that you want to buy. Okay, so this is not a dollar figure. This is the number of shares you want to buy. Okay, so how I tell my students to figure this out is, okay, this stock is 773. Okay, so when we're doing our math, let's say we're comfortable with spending $2,500 on Google. That's how much we want to spend. Okay, so we're going to take $2,500 and we're going to divide it by the stock price, which keeps changing. So we're going to divide it by, let's just say 774. Okay, and it's going to tell us that's 3.2 shares. Okay, so we have to have an even number. So we're just going to say about 3 shares is what I'm willing to buy in Google. Okay, because 3 of these is going to be about $2,500. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say 3. We don't need the limit. We don't need the stop. We're not going to do that in this class. And then we don't need to change anything here. We also don't need to send a confirmation email or message. We don't need that, so uncheck it. And then down here we can see, we can double check our numbers. Yes, that's pretty close to what we saw over here. It's off by a little bit, but that's okay. Like I said, this isn't going to be as accurate. And then once we've decided everything's good, we can say preview order. We can double check our math. So we were trying to spend around 2,500. Or maybe it was 2,200, I can't remember. But either way, this is pretty close. So it's not something like 10,000, like, oops, I did my math wrong, or I typed the wrong thing. So the price of the stock is this. We bought 3. We paid a commission of $10. This is how much it's going to be. So if all of this looks okay, you'll hit submit order. If it's not, you'll hit change order and you'll update it. Okay, so after you do this, I'm going to exit out of Yahoo Finance. It's always going to take you to this page. It's saying it's received by our system and will be executed once 1 minute has elapsed. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. It's going to give you some just like updates about what's going on in the world. These are some stocks and these are the changes that they've had today. And then down here at the bottom, it gives you the option to submit another order, to see some trading ideas, or to return to your portfolio. Okay, so I'm actually going to act like I'm going to buy another stock. I'm going to click here, and then I'm right here ready to buy some more stocks. Okay, so if you wanted to go back and see what does my portfolio look like now that I bought that, you should be able to hit portfolio, and then you should see some information in here. And I can just see by looking at the numbers up here that it isn't updated yet. So this is how you can keep a track of what you've bought. So eventually, after everything like registers on this website, we'll be able to see how much money we have left. We'll be able to see the growth of our money, etc., etc. And sometimes that takes 24 hours or whatever. This site is glitchy. So that's how you buy a stock. Hopefully you understand how this website works, and I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, just come see me. Thanks. Bye.